Hello viewers and welcome back to our 11th episode of Crypto News Roundup. I am Cryptic Lilac and I'm joined by Dr. Vin Menon, the renowned blockchain enthusiast and entrepreneur of CGCX, IBG and BGBF. Vin, what do we have for this week's episode?
How about we start the breaking news with El Salvador, the first country which decided to start Bitcoin as the legal tender. So this means not only the government quote unquote legalizes the usage of Bitcoin, but it also compels the local merchants to accept Bitcoin. Prior to this, it was only US dollar as the fiat currency. Now Bitcoin and USD has been given the same value. However, there are some part of the country which is having challenges towards technology. There you can still use fiat. The most interesting part of this is capital gain tax and other taxes are exempted from any Bitcoin financial operations. Something amazing for all Bitcoin lovers.
This is the first major case of adoption that we have been hoping for years, and we have been telling our viewers that this moment was not far in the future. Right as Bitcoin was going through a bit of a bear market, this news comes at a great time. Despite it sounding like amazing news, I'm sensing that there is still some skepticism behind this move.
Of course, each and every major decisions come with some sort of skepticism. In this case, we are already seeing that IMF taking this as an issue and quoting this as raises a number of macroeconomic, financial and legal issues. The risk that crypto assets might pose to an economy in terms of regulatory. Apart from IMF issues, even the Bitcoin community is not overly thrilled just because that the president, Nayib Bukele, seems to be quite a controversial guy. He is widely regarded as autocrat, establishing the regime through power and threat of violence, and reports suggest that he is not even a great mascot of independents or Democrats. The three parameters, independence, liberty, or even financial inclusivity, are going to miss here in El Salvador because of the president. So that is where the Bitcoin community is a bit not happy with the move.
But isn't Bitcoin also supposed to be apolitical? If Bitcoiners don't truly rejoice in this move, don't get me wrong, but I don't personally agree with El Salvador's politics, but I feel like it throws a shadow on what this move truly represents. We can clearly draw the line between the leader and his actions and support the action, not the leader. Now, the citizens of El Salvador will have access to a currency that can't be censored, confiscated, or manipulated with, something I very much think there is a reason to celebrate.
I definitely agree. This move could truly bring currency to the unbanked, and I will be very much interested to know how these discussions are going to be evolved. This could very much show to other governments and other countries that Bitcoin is not something to be afraid of or shy away from, but rather something to embrace with open arms.
We sure seem to be marching in that direction. Texas also now allows state banks to hold Bitcoin on behalf of their customers, provided adequate protocols are in place. Isn't this another great win for crypto this week?
Well, it's true that this looks like a great win for crypto. I don't believe anything that has practically changed. National banks were already enabled to custody crypto, at least according to the Office of Controller of Currency, and even in Texas. The state chartered banks, the local banks, were already in the practice of safekeeping a lot of assets, including crypto. I suspect even cryptocurrencies are part of that list as well. It was a gray area so far, but with the regulations like this coming to the light, the do's and don'ts are set in stone. I would actually encourage lawmakers and premiers across the world to follow this kind of regulations and lead towards crypto.
Unfortunately, that does not seem to be the case with the SEC, as they have no place for cryptocurrencies on its agenda. However, we did spot a curious quote-unquote gamification of trading platforms mentioned in the agenda. I'm assuming that they will also extend to crypto trading platforms, especially with the number of incentives and tokens provided for using crypto platforms for trading regularly.
It's all speculation at this point, and we really don't know what SEC has against crypto. But that being said, the current SEC chair is of the opinion that crypto regulations would be protecting the investors, and I completely agree. We will find out how SEC is going to be reacting towards crypto by the time when XRP with SEC case unfolds.
That is exactly the type of regulations that the Thai SECs have come up with. The Thai SEC has clearly put up regulations saying what is allowed and what is not allowed in the historically gray space. They've banned meme coins like Doge, Piscoin, and Rocket. Thanks, Elon. NFTs, fan tokens, and exchange tokens. And these exchanges are given a month's time to delist these coins from their platform. What do you think of this move, Vin?
Well, I'm with you in the sense that some of these measures seems very harsh. I completely understand their positions on crypto. On one hand, they realize the value of traditional cryptos, value with assets-backed tokens, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. On the other side, meme coins like Doge and Rocket, we are quite really seeing that this is creating a lot, and it is keep on failing a lot of economical parameters. This is going to be helpful by such regulations like Thai SEC came out with. Personally, I'm completely fine with these measures by Thai SEC.
That's a really good one. Now, in other news, have you heard of Bitcoin combining with DeFi? Now we have a DeFi ecosystem in Bitcoin. What do you think about this?
Well, I'm thinking that you are talking about sovereign, right? In the process of making Bitcoin truly unstoppable, there are a lot of side chains of Bitcoin. For example, rootstock, so RSL. So this RSL, they have came out with a Bitcoin sidechain with smart contract enabled, and that protocol became one of the popular protocol during 2017, 18, etc. Now, to bring the Ethereans to Bitcoin DeFi and Bitcoiners to Ethereum DeFi, there need to be a bridge sort of scenario to happen, and most probably Sovereign will be taking over that position. Let's see how it goes like.
Traders have locked over $55 million in the protocol so far. Recently, they launched a hackathon to help populate the platform, which offers developers $500,000 in bounties and grants. This is seen as a major step towards achieving its vision, and the results of this hackathon will be announced post-July 18. What are your overall impressions about this project?
I have to say, I'm not sold. There have been multiple attempts in the past to make Bitcoin like a smart contract Ethereum model and a DeFi ecosystem. But currently, Bitcoin holders who is sitting on BTC to come into Ethereum DeFi, they just have to go through a wrapped BTC model, either WBTC or REN BTC, etc. That is actually killing the purpose of Bitcoin holding. Then what is the use of a Bitcoin holder to get into a Ethereum DeFi? So you're actually killing the real purpose of Ethereum model. Now, I personally feel this is a solution to a problem that doesn't exist. Just want to highlight one more option here. There are some folks of Bitcoin like BCH, Bitcoin Cash. They're launching smart BCH. The smart BCH or smart Bitcoin Cash is going to take over DeFi in Bitcoin protocol. Maybe, let's see how it goes.
A solution to a problem that doesn't exist, that sounds like exactly what it is. And I'd love to discuss more with you, Vin, but that's all the time we have for today's episode. I'm signing off. I'll see you again in next week's episode.
That's when the colors started to change.